back to another day in the market. We are seeing exactly what we have expected to see. Again, another day so far of just chop. We are not really seeing any significant movement in what most normal people would expect to see. Again, like I was talking about with you guys yesterday, you have to be very careful in this environment here because these big ranges are going to come with large moves within the ranges, and you can't then say, oh, it's so bad, we're so back just off of like one significant or seemingly significant move in the upward direction. Now, we are seeing some very interesting movement in some places here that I think a lot of people wouldn't expect to see. Again, TRMD. This is another one from the LTMP watch list from a couple of weeks ago here. Absolutely crushing over here. These shippers are doing very well. That's been another one of these sectors that we've been talking about. NAT is another one, Nordic American Tankers Limited. That is another one that the LTMP group has been able to nail. And then we've been talking about this a lot too. Oh, we need this to adjust here. Oil is finally starting to break to the upside in a significant way here, which, again, when we think about these safety trades and where money is flowing, it went into gold and silver, it then went into utilities and also the REITs, and now we're starting to see it filter into other commodities here, with oil starting to move pretty significantly to the upside, especially ahead of what we could see as an escalatory event in the Middle East between the US, Iran, and Israel here. So gold is now starting to push to the upside here, which is interesting. We've been talking about this for a little bit here, that gold could be gearing up for that next leg higher here. Where's silver? Has that gone back above its daily 10? Not yet. Silver is still grinding to the downside there, so you do have to be careful of that. But gold does look primed for that next move up. Oh, and we've got GE. Again, these aerospace and defense companies, guys, have been looking really solid here as well. This has been an area of the market that we've been looking into a little bit more, just based off of the setups. But when you also think about what we're dealing with and just the overall macro system here, and geopolitically, it makes a lot of sense to be looking at these aerospace and defense names right now. I mean, you guys know I've owned XAR for forever, and this is starting to, we were looking at this yesterday and seeing that it was looking like it wanted to start curling back to the upside here. We are seeing that continued move, so maybe the next safe haven in the safety trade is going to be in these defense names, oil, and then also maybe some of the precious metals again, like gold and silver. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of day again. Say good morning to somebody in the live chat. If you guys would like to say good morning to me, we'd love to receive some good mornings over here. If you guys are new to the group, new to the stream, new to the channel, let me know. I'd love to welcome you guys in here. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. Costs you absolutely nothing to do it, but it helps me out a whole lot in spreading these streams out to as many people who actually want to learn. We have a 200 like goal on the stream. Let's see if we can hit it today. Again, costs you nothing to go tap that like button there. Makes it easier for you guys to find these streams again too, if you guys do enjoy it. So again, I do these streams for you guys every single day at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, and then what do you call it? Fridays are public live day. So tomorrow I'll be live with you guys at 9:15 a.m. But let's see who we have in here so far today, and then we'll kind of get into some of the other names and just a little bit deeper into how the market looks going into the rest of this week and next week, especially now that the Olympics are starting to come to an end. Again, we have this potential conflict escalation in the Middle East. The Trump administration is not going to, I highly doubt, they will escalate things while the Winter Olympics are going on. The Winter Olympics ends on Sunday, so after that, that's when we could expect to see some of these escalatory actions here. So we've got G-Moose, Daily Taylor, Eddie, Jerry, Jonathan, B-101. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, GE looking really good over here. Gold is starting to move. Let's see. X-Pro. Let's see. Whoa, that's weird. Hold on. Yeah, GE is starting to move nicely here. This could be a really big one, guys. Where's gold right now? Yeah, gold looks interesting. With oil still kind of holding on here, moving up, and Oxy reporting good earnings. I mean, I am surprised that post earnings isn't firing a little bit more, but again, we'll see. The oil names are crazy. They move all over the place. Where is market bouncing a little bit there? Market's bouncing a little bit. Let's see. Are you guys slacking on the like button? Ooh, big time. Big time. Yeah, here comes gold. This is what we were talking about this morning on the stream. That looks good. Let's see. GE moving. That's nice. Let's see. What would be a good first target on this thing? Yeah, I mean, the entry was like here. Or no, it was like up here. 326. I don't know. 350 would probably be a good spot. That'd be a nice move on GE there if you can get that follow through. That would be very nice if you could see that level of follow through there on GE. But let's take a little bit of another look at crypto. I know a lot of you guys have been interested in the moves. I kind of was almost up too much on Oxy. Yeah, a little bit. Just for like an oil move. But again, we'll see. That could still have a nice continuation move. Again, guys, same exact thing that we've been talking about in the crypto space. We're not really seeing anything good here. Again, like this just looks like it wants to nuke to the downside. So if we do end up getting that next leg lower here on Bitcoin, obviously we're going to have to watch this low right around 60,000, but right around 48,000 to 50,000 is probably going to be where that thing will start to bottom out. You can see the low here, 49,050 is the bottom side of that big weekly and monthly range of consolidation that the market was trapped in during 2024 before that nice break to the upside in the crypto space. So that is probably where we could see this thing move down to. And then same thing over there with Ethereum. Again, it's like nothing has changed. Ethereum looks the exact same here. Also looks like it wants to get that break lower. Again, you'd have to watch that like 1743, 1745 area there. But you could easily see this thing move down to about 1385 before it starts to bottom out. If it really starts to nuke to the downside and you get a big pullback in the market here, I mean, you literally could see this thing go all the way to like 873 on Ethereum. So then when you think about Bmnr there, what's likely to happen? Well, if that happens in Bmnr, you're probably going to round trip most of the move that you made after they announced that they were obviously going to be getting into the crypto space here. So that's not really something that I would be looking to long right now, especially off of that chart when this thing just looks like it wants to move to the downside. Like I've said a lot of times with things like Bmnr, the best way to view them is a proxy to take advantage of the movements in the crypto space. Like if Ethereum looks like it's about to start breaking out there, things like Bmnr can be awesome trades, like midterm either option trades or swing trades with shares. GE is still going here, guys. That is starting to look very, very, very good. Yep. That is really starting to look good there. So let's see if we can get that break. If this thing can trade again all the way up into like the 340s, 350, I mean that could be another massive trade there. And you guys have seen us hit these defense names a lot in the past. Like Lockheed, we've crushed a lot, but remember this one right here. And honestly, SATL is kind of basin breaking here. Not right now, but like if SATL guys can clear 335, you might be in for round 2 on this name. And round 1 was completely game changing. Like this was a 1 to 100, 1 to 123 risk to reward trade, meaning that you risk 1% of your account on the trade. You've more than doubled your account on that one individual move. So things like that can get really interesting. What about Fly? Fly kinda, but that has earnings coming up. So I actually would start to look at SATL for another potential move there. Yeah, GE's looking really good here, guys. Finally getting that push that we want. Money's starting to flow into these defense names. Let's think here about LMT. Yeah, Lockheed breaking out to the upside there too. Raytheon, I bet, is as well. Oh, honestly, Raytheon right now is kind of a decent spot here. If you want another defense name on this break to the upside, that also looks good. Gold flying around, which makes sense. But, I mean, GE over here looks really ridiculous. Like, these breaks, guys, could be game-changing. So, we'll see. If they follow through, we're going to be in for a lot of fun. Yeah, RTX is another one that looks great. How's that chain look? I like the defense names. We've hit them a few times. Oh my god, we just went. Look at this. Look at this. These things have just gone vertical here. Little sell off at the open and then just rip city. GE still going. What about GEV? How's that look? Yeah, GE Vernova actually looks a little better here. That's probably the best one that has a setup here. That looks really fun. There it is. They're spready, but that looks really good. RTX moving, GE still going? Yeah. Yeah, gold looks interesting here too. Oil still moving. Again, we could be in for a really, really fun time in the defense side. Aerospace and defense could get very fun here. So that honestly, when we're thinking about where the money could rotate into next, it looks like that's where they're going. Oil, and then aerospace and defense, and then potentially back into gold. Oh my god, DE. That thing on the post-earnings move was ridiculous. The problem is that the chain was just a graveyard. You couldn't get anything on that one. I don't know if anybody did. Let's see, what else we got here? Let's see how Neo's doing. See how that's looking. See if that's still holding in the range. Yeah, Neo's still fine. Again, as long as it holds in this range, you're fine. 511 is that break point that you... Or no, it's a little lower now. What is it, 508? Yeah, 508 I think is a decent spot on Neo there. To see that potential upside move. John Deere just keeps going. That's crazy. I wish they let us in that one. That was such a tough option chain to look at and be like, oh, we're going to go put money here. There was no bid. What else? SoFi, how's this looking? Honestly, I'd still be looking for that potential downside move in SoFi if it breaks down below this area here. Right around 1906. Right around there. Yeah, but nice continuation out of GE today and a lot of the other defense names. It'd be very nice to see a lot of those continue here. Where are the tankers? Are the tankers still going? Yep, Nat is still going. TRMD looking awesome there, guys. Again, so I'm gonna throw the link for you guys in the live chat here. But again, everybody gets their first month for $1 a day to LTMP. Just use code February right here. I just threw that link in there for you guys. Where's BWXT? Let's see. Is this another one? That looks really good too. But yeah, earnings are too close on that. Yeah, gold looks like it might go here a little. We'll see. I'd love to see GE get a nice little continuation move a little bit more today. That'd be fun. Oxy climbing back up. Hello. Let's see, is there anything on the feed that we need to be paying attention to here? I don't think so, but we can take a look. No, you just have like some Trump stuff. Now is the time for Iran to join us on a path to peace. Iran make a deal or bad things will happen. Trump, U.S. contributing $10 billion to the Board of Peace. So that's what we got so far here. Ooh, GE, I think that's new highs. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, so if we can get that moved to like 350, that'd be great. Another $15 on GE. John Deere going nuts. What else? Again, oil just still looks interesting. Like this is, again, think about what this actually means though. Like the price of oil this year is up what? From the very beginning of the year. 16%? That's big. That is notable, and that will have an effect on price levels across the board. Not just on like overall energy price increases, but also the fact that oil is in like everything. So I would say, and like we were talking about last night, remember, for those of you guys that were in the mastermind with us, this is something that we have to worry about if oil rips all the way back into the 70s, because then you're going to see hotter inflation prints. Here comes Oxy a little. Let's see. It'd be nice to see this thing get back up to the highs today. Oops. Why do I... What? Oops. Gold still looks very interesting in here. Yeah, he topped out a little. Big gap down here, moving back up. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we never look at this, but like the hourly does look like it wants to get going. 4 hour looks very interesting. So we'll see. Here comes Oxy. Let's see. Is oil starting to push here still? Or is this just it moving? Pushed a little. Nothing crazy, though. Defense still looks crazy. A lot of things are looking good here. And again, you got to be a little nimble in this market, obviously, but... What else do we have here? Trump just ordered 22 more B-2 bombers. There's the defense move. Let's see. Oxy's moving back up. Let's see. Again, like we were talking about before, the oil moves just in general are gonna move like crazy as well. So like the post earnings on oil are going to be just absolutely ridiculous. Oil moving up the way that it is, though, I mean, it's like this is what we've been expecting to happen, like this breakout in oil. So now that we're finally seeing it, Oxy reports good earnings. It's like, well, this could be a fun post earnings just regardless. But now that you have oil moving up, you've got the conflict in the Middle East heating up. Like, there's a lot of interesting moves happening here. So, again, I know that everybody in the market is still scared. They're still bored by what's happening in the market. But it's like, pay attention or pay a premium. Like, these are the times that you guys have to understand that this is when you learn how to take advantage of the market when the conditions are good. If you don't, you're going to end up in the same position that you are in right now. A lot of the people that don't know how to take advantage of those moves, where it's just like, okay, you're just going to be chasing around nonsense. You're not going to make any money, and you're not going to give yourself that high watermark and the experience to know, okay, these are the good conditions. This is when we should be operating, and these are the sectors that we should be operating in. And then also know, okay, then when it switches, okay, this is the time when we really need to reel it back in. And that's the problem that you see with most people in the market, where they're like, oh no, I'll just do it when the market is good. And it's like, yeah, okay, fair, but it's going to be a lot more difficult for you to do that. Oxy is actually ripping back to the upside here nicely. Like, you throw this on a smaller time frame, you're getting a move here. You are getting a move on Oxy here. GE looks good. Gold is still looking very interesting here on the larger time frames. I love where GE is today. That's nice. And then also, guys, Apex is doing that 90% off sale for you guys right now, too. These are the best times to go pick up new Apex accounts and get up to $6 million in funding with them if you guys want to day trade. Use code VIX. The link is pinned in the description here. It'll say 80%. That's just what the description says. But if you use code VIX, you get 90% off. And I think all of the bigger accounts, the 150s, the 250s, and the 300K accounts are all the same price. So you guys can get $300,000 in funding for I think it's $40 for the initial fee, and then the activation fee is I don't know, 100 something bucks. So for those of you guys that are interested, I definitely check that out within this time frame. Here comes Oxy still going. If you break to the highs on Oxy here and start running, that could get very interesting. I'd love to see defense continue a little bit today, or at least hold here, because those could be really, really fun moves. Market back down, though, probably won't help it out that much. On Dash? It might get there. It might get there. I mean, you never know. I'd say it's still kind of valid. I'd say. I mean, if you hit it, that's fine. I would just like, I'd be a little bit more cautious of that one now. Oxy little pullback there, but again, that's looking pretty solid there now. Let's see if that can get a little move there. That's what we wanted to see. We wanted to see it rally back up. But there hasn't been an entry on Dash yet. AV, okay. Yeah, that's moving, but we wouldn't, obviously you wouldn't buy that. KTOS's earnings too soon. The other best one that we saw was GEV, GE Vernova. That looks good. RTX was another one, but kind of flying around here. You took Dash earlier this morning around 175. Don't know why you did that. Never broke to the top side of the 5-minute opening range. Neo to 30 in 2026. I think that's a bit aggressive. If it does, I'll have like what, 120 grand of Neo or something? Fine, get Neo to 30. It'd be nice to see it get there. I mean, it deserves to get re-rated higher with the new profitability numbers, but the market still kind of needs to trust it a little bit more. I still don't think the market trusts Neo very much, but those numbers are good. Those numbers are good. It's a good positive step in the right direction. Let's see if Oxy can get a little round 2 into these highs here. That would be interesting. Gold, hello. I mean, going into the end of this week, we could be in for some really interesting action. What do you call it? I mean, tomorrow we're gonna have Public Live Day. That'll be fun, and then we have the Olympics ending Sunday, and that's when things like all hell can break loose with these escalations in the Middle East. It really wouldn't be all that likely for it to happen before. Defense coming back down a little. That's fine. They all look good. I mean, XAR over here, Aerospace and Defense ETF, that looked great for a move back to the highs here over the next few weeks. Here comes gold. Ooh, hello, Oxy. Welcome back. Yeah, oil pushing to the highs here. You might see this big breakout in oil. I think they're going to try and front run the Middle East stuff. That's what makes a lot of sense. I mean, what's going on with Meta will continue to block new political ads on our platform during the final week of the campaign for the U.S. What? Meta will continue to block new political ads on our platform during the final week of the campaign for 2026 U.S. elections. They were blocking political ads? That's interesting. I never saw that. Seems like a great way for them to generate boatloads of revenue. Interesting. I'd love to see gold get round too. That'd be nice. So we could do first big target on GE at like 350. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And then if Oxy gets the move, it's post earnings, so you guys know how to treat that one. Gold, that obviously looks a little bit different than most things we would look at. Slacking on the like button. Slackers. Yeah, Oxy's still moving. That's nice. Yeah, that oil move could be dangerous. They're front running the Middle East stuff, which makes sense. That's one of the reasons why we've been looking at oil, but this chart over here just looks very bullish on oil. That's tough to ignore. And remember when I came to you guys in the private stream for LTMP on Monday, and I was like, or on Tuesday, I was like, well, there's a lot of good setups in oil and energy, but a lot of them have earnings. So that's why we're looking at the post earnings on them. And I know, what's his name? Adrian or A-Rock? Somebody they gambled it, but they went for Oxy pre-earnings, and that thing was just a monster move. And the market's doing absolutely nothing here, just like we expected. And look where we are on the larger time frame. We're nowhere. We're in no man's land. Oh my God, we're so back. We bounced off the bottom side of the zone. I mean, look at SPY. All you did was just bounce off this blow. That's it. They held it there. Great. Their way, it's like as soon as the market gets a little spooked about something. Ooh, gold just slipped down there. As soon as the market gets a little spooked about something, it's gonna get nuked. Everybody out of the pool at once, just like this candle, just like these candles. And the next one, if you hang around here, it's gonna send you through. So you have these two areas on SPY, 675 and then 671. If it loses those, you're going far. You're going to 650, which I think is still lined up right now with the 200 EMA. I would think. Yeah, it's a little higher now. Also, did you guys see that? I don't know how recent this clip is, but did you guys see the clip of Trump literally saying, oh, I'm not going to make houses more affordable. I'm literally going to increase the value of homes for people that already own them. Dude, what are you talking about? Did I have Fig on the watch list? Fig was a potential post-earnings candidate that just invalidated significantly down below the bottom side of the opening range. I wouldn't be looking at this now. See? I mean, maybe, but I probably wouldn't do that. GE moving back up. Gold chopping around. Market doing nothing. Chop, chop, chop. Oil still pushing. Where's USD JPY? Moving back up. That's not good. I love the defense idea, though. They're going to front run it into next week. And you're going to, like, because think about what we've seen today. It's like Trump is saying, oh, make a deal, make a deal, make a deal. And the defense company, all the defense contractors are just ripping off of, like, what's actually happening, which is, like, more bombers being ordered and things like that. But we know it doesn't make sense for them to be going for any sort of strike or attack before the Olympics are over. That's just like a bad look for the United States if they were to do that during the Olympics. So they would have to wait until it's over. GE flashing back up, gold flashing back up, Oxy looking good. Yeah, the tankers, we can still look at those too. Nat, still looking great here. Look at this. Boom. Congratulations, guys. This is a great move. Then TRMD, epic move here too. Like, congrats, guys. That link is floating around in the live chat for those of you guys that still need to hop into LTMP. Make sure you use code February. That'll get you your first month for literally only $1 a day. We've been really good at looking bad lately. Yes. It's so, like I always say, it's like they're all bad. They're all bad. It doesn't, like, people, I think the people that are, like, the individuals that are, like, aggressively taking sides on, like, the political aisle they are the issue. It's not the politicians that are the issue. We already know they're bad. They're always going to be bad. There's not going to be one that, like, there maybe is going to be one every now and then that's like, oh, you've got some good ideas and you don't do any of the stupid stuff. But in general, the way that the system works is just like all bad. But then everybody that's like, no, this one's better than the other. It's like, okay, you're looking at dog poop and cat poop and trying to figure out which one's better is what you're doing. No, but this. It's like, yeah, but you don't get it. You know, it's just, seeing this stuff over and over and over again. You know the playbook. You know what they're going to do. Which makes a lot of the moves that they make very easy to see. That's why, like, okay, so that's why, well, this is a really good example of this. Like, when Trump comes out and he's like, oh, tariffs. I just sit here, like, during Liberation Day, I was just like, oh my God, we all know what's about to happen here. They're gonna posture, and then all of a sudden they're gonna come to some deals, and then the market's gonna rip. And then what happened? Oh, same thing in, what do you call it? In the fall, where it was like, oh, the new China tariffs. It's like, did that happen? No. Now we're at a spot where, like, they're gonna meet in April, and then they're probably gonna aim to suspend some or a lot of the tariffs that are on there for at least a year. So you have that, like, a little bit of a bullish, like horizon ahead of us. We know what they're going to do. The Middle East stuff gets weird, but we know that there's going to be, like, these periods of, like, escalation, so what do we need to look for? Okay, we need to look for oil ripping to the upside, which was what we are starting to see, and the defense names. Here we go. Okay. When we know the playbook, it's and what we know what they want to do, it's a lot easier to then look at what the market's doing and be like, okay, cool. Because this right here, the broad market, just chopping around like that, is like, it's like what the normies are looking at. They're like, oh my God, what now? You know, it's like, but when you've seen it over and over and over and over again, you're just like, okay, here we go. Same thing, same thing, different day, you know? Ooh, Oxy peeking. Oxy peeking. So then the other thing we have to start thinking about too is for, like, the next, the next year or so, 2 years kind of, is going to be what happens when the Republicans get smoked in the midterms. What are the implications of that? And then you think to 2028. You're like, okay, what happens now? Where does that leave markets? What are they going to continue to do? GE still looking great there. I'd love to see it try and make an attempt up to 340 today, but I don't think that happens without, like, some level of escalation. Or, like, Iran comments that come out that are kind of crazy, which they could do. But then, like we were talking about with that headline earlier today where it was like, oh, if Iran does this, it's going to be really bad. And it's like, why would they do that when they've been attacked and they don't do anything? Like, because they know what happens in terms if they were to retaliate in any meaningful way. Not good. So it's like, all right, what are we doing here? We're doing more oil expeditions? Okay. That's fine. Pump oil. Which it wouldn't really pump oil, but... But this is what I'm talking about when we need to look at the different sectors that can get a mind of their own. Defense, oil, we've seen it in utilities. We've seen it in gold and silver. We've seen it in a lot of different places over the last few months here. GE inching back to the highs. Oxy just chopping around 51.20, but that's fine. Like Oxy can stay here, and then it can just wait for like the potentially continued moves in the oil space over the next week or two. That's fine. Have I mentioned Neo yet? Yep. Yep. I can do it again. Ready? Nothing. Again, it's still 508. If it holds in this range, which is fine, it's good. It'll be still set up potentially for that. What do you call it? Like midterm move here. If it doesn't, okay, then it's moving back down. You know, RTX weekly, RTX on the daily looks good. GEV looks really good too. Yeah, Neo should get re-rated higher, but you're gonna get more information at their actual like earnings report in mid-March. But they did everything that they needed to do in order to keep me interested. So we'll see where it goes from there. Oxy back down. GE still cruising there. HII weekly. I don't like this, but I'd actually rather look for round. That looks good, but I'd rather look for round 2 on SATL. Honestly, like the basin break here at 335. I'd rather look for that. You know. A car recall recently? Not really. It was like software. Like they did have a recall, but it was for like software in the cars. Yeah. Like I like that SATL basin break move. Like you had 2 big entries on this thing. Like this, guys. Like this is what I try and get across to you guys. This is what was a 1 to 126 risk reward trade. You risk 1% of your account. You're up 126% on it on your account. Why do you think everybody loves LTMP so much? Because these are the types of trades that we're looking for. You need one of them in the entire year and you're done. That's the point. It's a good thing I hand out a lot of them. You know. I like that SATL for round 2. That could be very fun. Oxy slipped back down again. What did oil do? Slipped a little, nothing crazy though. You got filled on X Pro? Nice. Etsy? I don't think I would do that. I mean, you've got what? 5 minute. 5 minute on Etsy is still valid. Technically, it already hit. I really like where GE is right here, though. This could get really nutty. Spike it open and then collapse. Yeah. I mean, again, that was a potential post earnings and then nothing. Never hit the top side of the 5 minute opening range, so there's no entry there. That's why you don't just randomly chase earnings. This is why the post earnings strategy works so well. Like, this has probably been one of the most ridiculous post earnings seasons that we've had. Like, there were what, 4,000 or 5,000 percenters in there over the last couple weeks. There were some really good ones. Then others that were running multi-hundreds of percent, those are all looking good. Oxy coming back up. Gold looking interesting. Oil looking good. GE looking good. I love that SATL idea. I think that could be very fun. Yeah, they're still hitting software too. If you look at IGV over here, guys, they're still going for it. Where is it right now? Yeah, soft. This is now starting to look more like a basin break in software. So, where's Oracle? Yeah, Oracle's still valid here, honestly. Oracle's still valid. That's the big one. Crowd could get there. Net still looks good. What else? CRM, how's that look? That just looks like IGV. Palantir. Adobe, how's that look? Probably garbage. That looks more like a basin break now. I mean, that, yeah, not really yet. GE ripping new highs. Here we go. Nice. Yeah, those are up nicely right now. SATL not moving, but that's going to take a little bit of time. You still have the basin break move there. But software still looks good. Software's holding on. But it's also just the market chopping. When the market finally gives us that green light, guys, we are probably, I will tell you guys right now, I've done this so many times, and I'll do it again. The amount of, what do you call it? The amount of 1,000% trades that we are going to be able to go nail in software is going to absolutely blow your mind. If all of the other crazy trades that you guys have seen in LTMP have not like completely shocked you at this point, the trades that we're going to have in software are going to be like absolutely ridiculous. So again, like I tell you guys, you either prepare now to be able to have the knowledge to be and guidance to be able to take advantage of those moves, or you don't, and you're going to miss them, and that's okay. Well, it's not really okay because you need to be able to nail those trades in order to like significantly outperform throughout the year, but you'll learn eventually. ILMN. That actually could start to set up here a little bit. So I'm warning you now. Software is going to have some crazy action over the next couple of months. Yeah, GE looking great. That's looking very fun. SATL set. If we get this round 2 on SATL, guys, oh my lord, that is gonna be fun. What did Michael Berry say? Michael Berry. Let's see. I don't know. He's just posting some stuff on Palantir. He doesn't like Palantir. I mean, he's been right so far. You can say a lot of things about him, but I mean, that move down in Palantir, he's nailed it. Which I kind of agreed with. It was like, why is it trading where it is? It didn't make sense to. Guys, I've been saying this about Palantir forever. Like, on these moves up here, once it was getting above like 150, what were we saying? The market's going to start holding this name to a higher standard. You can't have this company trading where it is in these market environments and expect nothing to happen. I gave it out at 15. I was out in the 70s because it was just getting too aggressive there. Double that is really, really, really aggressive. Market just chopping. Nothing across the red mark. I mean, but again, Oracle's still looking good. ALMS? What's this doing? Ooh. Ooh. There she is. Yeah, this is another one from the watch list, I believe, guys. Another really, really good setup finally going. I mean, let me look. I can probably pull it up. Let me look. Yep, on the 10th. You guys got handed this one in LTMP on the 10th. The breakpoint here was 27.81. Stock's at 30. Nice. Good work. Nice. Another gem. Then you've got NAT. Another gem. Then you've got TRMD. Another gem. Then you've got GE. Looking great. A lot of big movers over the last few weeks. You just got to know where to look. You can't be just like, oh, let's just go sling things in Mag 7. You know, that's just not how this market's working. You know? All right, folks, it is 11:30. We are going to be wrapping it up here for today. Again, I'm going to throw that link for you guys, those of you that still need to jump into LTMP with us. Again, there's that link right there. Use code February. Get your first month for literally only $1 a day. Again, we are going to see some crazy action over the next few weeks. Break the market or something. I'm trying. It needs to drop. I want it. Everybody wants it to drop right now. But yeah, once you guys do sign up through that link, again, just make sure that your Discord account is connected to your WAP account, and you'll be good to jump right in there with us. Everything's on Discord. So yeah, we're gonna be having some fun over the next few weeks. I think we're getting ready for. I think the next rotation, it does look like it's oil and defense. That's what it looks like. So we'll see if that can continue. If it does, oh my God, these moves are going to be nuts. If it's not, again, you already have nice buffers on a lot of them. I mean, SATL could be a crazy one. GE is already looking good. You see Lockheed Raytheon going there nicely. GE Vernova looks good. And then again, you get past Sunday, the end of the Olympics. That's when you could start to see the conflict escalation really starting to heat up. So I'll see you guys at 9:15 a.m. tomorrow. But other than that, guys, don't do anything stupid. Again, if you're confused about anything, just sit on your hands. Just wait for the conditions to get a lot easier. So I will see you guys later. Peace.